morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D, live in the morning, 5 days a week, at 7 a.m. You guys, I want to go ahead and give a clear warning that this week's topic deals with talking about BS, and everybody knows what that is shortened for. And for some reason, I do actually say the full word. I am apologizing in advance as I do try to keep this as clean as possible. So that way, if someone younger is listening, parents and stuff aren't like, oh my gosh, what are you listening to? Even though there's 20 times worse words that they are listening to in today's media. But I try to be respectful of all avenues and try not to curse when I'm in front of minors. Um, it is something that I have almost perfected. But again, if I slip for some reason this week, my apologies. And I'll give a short little brief warning every single episode this week just to kind of refresh and remind. So this week we're talking about the same old BS. All right. Yo, it could be a different day, different week, whatever the case may be. But guaranteed there is the same old BS that's going on in your life, right? Maybe it's you dealing with a job that you're like stuck in. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Maybe it's let's see, a relationship that is going nowhere and you just stuck like a rut. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's some past drama that keeps trying to knock down your door. All right. Whatever it is, we don't have to keep letting it do the same thing. When most people find out that I like to teach history, right? That's my thing. Forewarning, okay? When someone says that they teach a certain subject, don't think that they're a master of the knowledge. When you teach it, you have to be versed in different avenues of it, right? There's global history, there's world history, which is slightly different, geography, all right, US history, which is so dense and detailed that remembering that alone is like an Oscar, right? There's local history, okay? There's different avenues to history. That's all I'm trying to get at here. And when you tell people like, "Oh, I teach history," they think that you're supposed to remember dates, names, who was there, who they was with, the whole crew. No, 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 no. Okay, let's get one thing straight. All right, I am not a walking encyclopedia. I'm not a walking dictionary, and I'm not a walking history book. Now, the history facts that I do know right off the top of my head, I keep, right? It may be fresh, it may be a topic that I just got through teaching, but other than that, give me some time to process because I am human just like everybody else, right? Fast forward back to where we're at. So I was talking with someone about teaching history, right? And because I teach history, they was ready to, ask like, oh, well, what happened with the no, 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 no. I shut it down right away. I was like, I teach history, but that doesn't mean that I know history right off the top of my head because there's a lot to process. And as some of you guys know, sometimes my brain capacity cannot keep up with everything that I know. It's been a problem since I was a little kid. So I just kind of gave him the forewarning, like, hey, I haven't had to think about it in a few weeks or like a month now. Please, let's not. And he was like, people always tell others, don't let history repeat itself. And that is 120% true. All right. We as humans tend to let history just continue to repeat itself. All right. We have religious texts. We also have historical texts. We have books. We have audiobooks. We have movies that are based on true events, but we know they're like little blurred lines to keep it entertaining, right? We have all these avenues and word of mouth and all of these things to keep us from letting history repeat. Meanwhile, we still allow it to happen. How silly must we be in order to continue to do the same old revolutions, right? Not revelations, revolutions. Revolutions are circles that keep going and going and going, right? We were meant to keep going and going and going in a stupidity circle, right? At some point, we were meant to jump off the bandwagon, go ahead and do what we got to do and keep it pushing. But for some of us, it's like we enjoy it. It's like we like it. It's like, hey, let me have a little bit of misery so that way I can continue to add to a history that was never needed. thinking about today's America. I live in America. I do not live in any other country. Will I jump on board another country in a heartbeat, right? But I have priorities here and, things I got to take care of before I can do that. So y'all keep thinking about me when you leave in the country, okay? So would I allow, you know, history to repeat itself in America? No, I wouldn't allow it. But the trend and current rate that we're on is getting pretty doggone close. And that's a little too close to home for comfort, okay? What I'm saying is, why do we keep allowing the same old BS? Why do we keep on these revolutions that is not needed, right? Remember in Lion King, they sing the circle of life? Well, yes, there is a circle of life, right? You are born a baby and then you go to complete circle all the way back. When you get to a certain age and old age, you actually become like a like-minded child, you know, like your mind is completely in a toddler stage a little bit, but you're old enough and wise enough to know some stuff now. All right. That is a completely and true statement. But the thing is, we tend to allow our history to just physically and verbally and blatantly in front of our faces repeat itself. We have so much more knowledge and understanding of people and feelings and emotions that we can put it into it. One thing that I've definitely been trying to put it into is student loan debt. Okay. I talk to kids every day and I just ask them, I was like, hey, if you didn't have to go to college, what would you do? And they're already wiser than me, man. They're like, man, I won't even probably touch a college. I want to do X, Y, and Z and this and that and that. And honestly, like if I do the proper training, I won't even need college. And I was like, hey, you're saving thousands of dollars already. Because I won't allow the next generation to continue to do the same OBS, right? I won't continue to let anybody listen to me continue to do the same OBS. Write down something that you continue to do and you know you shouldn't. Like, I mean, you know you should not continue to let this happen and you should not continue to do it. And then after that, I want you to write down a way that you're going to stop it, right? How are you going to get out of the revolution? How are you going to completely stop doing whatever it is that you're doing and that you know that you shouldn't be doing? Maybe for you, your vice is alcohol. You just keep going back to the bottle, right? That same old BS. You don't need it. Take a break. It's called moderation for a reason. We don't have to drink the whole liquor store in one day. All right? Maybe it's drugs. You don't need it. The kitchen should be your medicine cabinet. All right? There's different things, herbs and spices and different fruits and vegetables that are supposed to naturally heal all our body. And while I'm still doing medical research and all these things and talking to the correct people that are not holding of a American standard doctor's degree, I am still finding those avenues and ways to make sure that I am treating my body holistically and not putting toxic stuff into it, you guys. Yeah, we got fast food knocking on every avenue. And while sometimes it can be good and greasy and make you feel comfortable, that's all it is. It's comfort food. It's not healing food. We need to properly heal our bodies. All right. Take some time today, write some stuff down, and see what am I allowing to keep happening over and over and over and over again. And I'm a big fan of watching a movie several times, but at some point I get tired of it. So are you tired of that same old BS? That's just a question. You don't even have to answer it. But if you're feeling froggy, go ahead, drop me a line. Go to my Facebook page, Beck Dave Productions, and go ahead and let me know, okay? My name is Becky D with Becky D in the morning, and I'm gonna definitely be talking with you all tomorrow morning.